There are 3 ways you can try moving closer to these fish. With a gas outboard, with a noisy electric.
Incredible, the technology and how things have changed in the last 25 years in fishing and improved is phenomenal from the days that I started. But nothing is as remarkable or as phenomenal as what Minn Kota has done in the trolling motor world. The trolling motor is the most essential part of equipment that I have on this boat. It's as important as the outboard, it's as important or more so than the electronic. The trolling motor is what allows me to maneuver to get in the right position to make the proper cast to catch a fish. And I tell people all the time, boat position is absolutely critical in lure presentation. Minn Kota has done so much to allow me to be able to fish closer whether I'm flipping or pitching because it is so incredibly quiet. And that's what got me hooked over 30 years ago on Minn Kota, is it was so quiet. Matter of fact, when you cross rough water, we used to take bungee cords and tie them down and all sorts of things that we did, but I used them because I was able to catch more fish in shallow water. I noticed with the competitive brand motors that fish would spook, and I could run my Minn Kota and go right up there and flick my little spinner bug up and catch fish that I couldn't catch with competitive brand motors. So no matter what I had to do, I used Minn Kota. And the old motto was, quiet power catches fish. And that is so incredibly true. But let me show you. This is the new Fortrex Minn Kota 101. They have blown the competition completely out of the water. They have a power piston. This is the coolest thing, and we never talk about it. It's just little simple things. They have a power piston in here. It takes all the pressure off of this motor, and it's like lifting half the weight. It is amazing how much weight that takes off little things, and we don't even talk about that. The spring system, you can go in any direction. It can hit a stump to the left, to the right, backing up, going forward, doesn't matter. The spring, 360 degrees, it absorbs shock when you hit with that motor. And it absorbs shock to the point that it protects it, but also keeps it quiet. I mean, I bump stumps with a competitive motor, spook everything in the lake. It'll just boom, boom, and bounce off, all because of the spring. That is a big, big deal. And the one thing that is so absolutely incredible when you're fishing in aquatic vegetation is the fact, in the old days, you couldn't go through the weeds. You absolutely couldn't do it. You'd have to pick your trolling motor. We used to have these baskets. Somebody in Florida made them. And there was a basket, and you'd wire this basket and tie it on here some way that basket would keep the weeds from getting around the propeller and choking the motor down. Today, there's no basket, and you can go through the thickest grass you've ever seen in your life. It amazes me. I still hadn't really figured out how they've done that. That is one of those deals that makes me scratch my head on how you can take this motor and go through lily pads, and how you can go through hydrilla, and how you can go through milfoil, and it just keeps right on cutting and going. And it does it quite enough that the whole time you can be fishing. It's not like you're just motoring through it to get on the other side. I mean, you can motor in it for hours fishing and still catch fish. I can tell you this, it has blown the competition away. For the last 5 years, I've not had one problem. I use them in rough water, in high seas, every place you go, never had a problem. The only trolling motor that I've run for over 30 years, Minn Kota. Awesome, awesome product.